Harry Giles III is no stranger to worrying about his body.
Last year was tough. Because you're making the decision to sit out. It's harder than what you think.
Which is why he learned a big part of taking care of his physique is taking care of his feet.
Just nowadays, I used to play 82 games and having to recover yourself and take care of yourself at the same time. It just kills two birds in one stone for me.
I'm Kayte Hunter, and on this edition of King Central, Harry takes me to get a much-needed mani-pedi. This is the best part.
Yeah, this is amazing. The after part, right? Just the rub.
Join us as we recap his rookie season.
I'm so excited about the way that fans are just, holding on to me and having a great time. Cause like I said, I just feel like I have so much more to show.
While I try not to get too relaxed. I feel like I need a nap now.
Yeah, same here. I think that's the next destination.
All right, Harry, this is your spot, right?
Yes, this is my spot.
Where are we right now?
We are at the Golden Spa.
And this is
it's nothing but golden inside. It's all golden inside of here. Let's have a great time. Hey, everybody! It might be jelly talk today, bro. It's jelly talk. And I don't have any leg hair, no arm hair, no chest hair or back hair.
First of all,
massage, right?
Let's talk about this. The best part about a pedicure is the massage chair.
Oh yeah, the massage chair is like half of the recovery.
What's your flavor? And that's the thing, I always have to get scooted all the way back.
And my back's a little sore too, so it's perfect.
Nice, see. All right, Harry, tell me about when you started getting pedicures.
I started getting pedicures probably in elementary school, not exactly sure what age, but I just started going with my mom. When she first had me going, I was like, this is weird, Mom, that's what you do. They just paint your nails and paint your toes. And I've never seen any men in there before, so I'm trying to figure out why you're taking me in there, Just because I always see just the women in there getting their toes and fingers painted, but she said, son, this is a way of taking care of yourself, and all the women will enjoy seeing you in here. So I already grew up in the hair salon, so I kind of had that side of it down. So I guess, that was another side she had to teach me just to get my game up when I got older. I feel like just nowadays, I used to play 82 games and having to just recover yourself and take care of yourself at the same time, it's perfect, thank you. It just kills two birds in one stone for me.
Well, and that's the thing is basketball players have notoriously bad feet. And I think it's different than any other sport because of the cutting and the moving and that type of a thing. So, do you feel like it's kind of helped stall that kind of process?
Yeah, I do. I think this is a way of changing it. You always, like you said, we always hear about having bad feet or taking care of your feet. You're always pounding, but I was always thinking, man, what's a better way to taking care of your feet? A foot massage is okay, but like I said, you're killing two birds in one stone while keeping yourself clean and taking care of yourself. And
this one specifically, this is your favorite pedicure.
Yes, because they do it different. Yeah, they do it different here too. And it's the jelly pedicure because I feel like,
oh my goodness,
just the jelly inside there, it's like a warm, it's almost like you're in lava in a way.
Almost like a paraffin wax type thing.
Yeah, it's warm and it's like soaking your feet in there and it's just kind of massaging it in a way, and then like I said, like he's doing now, he puts it on your legs and your calves, and it feels amazing.
There's a number of things about taking care of your body,
right?
Like even massages, but pedicures and stuff factor into that. And you are somebody that knows what it's like to health-wise have a lot of hurdles to get over.
Right.
And you're kind of finally back from a long road of recovery
to
great 100%.
To be
back too. How difficult was it for you last year to kind of go through that process of the recovery?
Last year was tough. Earlier, just because you're making the decision to sit out, it's harder than what you think. It's easy for me to say because I want to get healthy and I want to make sure I'm okay. But at the same time, it's tough because I got to sit out again. I just kind of came from college where I didn't play as much, and I got a late start with the season because of injury. But I didn't want to have that problem again. Either maybe get re-injured or not be ready and be at a point to where I have to sit out anyway and develop it instead of taking the year to where they're giving it to me and taking advantage of it and just using it to make me better going forward. And I think as I got on with the process and probably halfway through the season, you know, before the break, I just started enjoying it because I saw how much better I was getting. I was gaining weight. I was getting so much stronger. I saw improvements in my game and practice, and I just saw how much better I was getting, and it was incredible. I was getting better in ways I haven't, you know, reached before in my life because I was doing things I haven't done before, and just the recovery of it. It was amazing. So I started falling in love with it. I almost wish I would have embraced it and jumped into it as much as I did later, you know, as I did later into it.
What did you learn? I've always felt that there are benefits, you know, when you're out with an injury and you're kind of on the sidelines and you're observing. I feel it gives you a unique ability to kind of learn in a different way. What would you say you learned during that process?
I learned just so much patience, and it's so much you learn that you can't really explain. Like, it's weird. I feel like it's those things you see in the game. Like last night, just talking about that box out, you know, just the box out. I feel like you just see it, and you see how you have to, certain guys, you gotta just push them under the basket. You can't just use athleticism to get the rebound for yourself. It's just not gonna work that way.
You're talking about my tweet.
Yeah, your tweet. Yeah, I saw your tweet last night. I saw that.
It's crazy because those are little things. Those are little things that I feel you do learn over time.
And that's what you learn from sitting out. Little things like that. Little things like talking. Little things like tell them I'll go out. I'm here with them. Like you by yourself, or just little things like that. Talking different kind of language on the sidelines. So many different things you learn. I'm just trying to find every way I can be effective. I used to watch Gary Temple and Vince was wearing the heat pad with his knee. That's exactly where I get it from. Watching him do that is why I do it now. It was just so much deeper. Watching GT dap everybody up. It was just so many different things that people did in front of me, and I just got the saw that I just wanted to put into my game and just make myself my complete player.
Yeah, you know? To see. I think fans enjoyed it, and we all enjoyed it. But at what point did you feel like you were actually back at 100%?
Is it crazy to say I feel like I'm still getting there?
No.
Well, I feel like I'm still getting there. I feel like I have so much more to show in so many different ways. Yeah, I feel like this is only the start of it. That's why I'm so excited about the way that fans are just, you know, holding on to me and having a great time. Cause like I said, I just feel like I have so much more to show, and it's just only the beginning. So I'm just excited.
It is the beginning, and I know how. I mean, I don't even think excited does it justice. How thrilled you were to be able to actually make your debut this season.
The long wait is over for number 20, Harry Giles, making his NBA debut.
Couldn't be more happy for Harry Giles, Grant.
What do you remember about that?
Oh, that day was crazy. It might have been one of the fastest games of my life, just because it was just a dream come true. I feel like I couldn't really put myself in the moment because I was trying to put myself in the moment too much. Almost in a way, I was trying to find that moment. And by the time you find it, the game's over, and you're like, oh man. But once you go back, you get to game 10, and you see how much you grow. I think you put yourself in that moment like, okay. I think the growth is so much bigger than what it is. Just because you just see how much better you guys, see how much more comfortable you are, and just knowing your thoughts and the way you feel out there when you were playing. Your first game, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be out here because I feel like I'm not comfortable enough. You know, I'm not into it enough. I don't know enough, but it's just you trying to be too hard on yourself and trying to be perfect. You know, so.
Coming up on King Central.
That embrace from Coach Yeager right there, can you share with us what he said to you?
Oh, it felt amazing. As you saw, I just messed up probably about 10 times straight. But, you know, regardless of all that, he just told me, man, you get better, man.
I grabbed him after the game. I feel like you're getting better, you know, and the work that you put in, you're getting better.
I think that's the moment when it clicked, or it kind of just gave me that confidence, knowing your coach, knowing he believes in you.
Mason. Oh, an offensive foul. The basket is taken off the board. Oh, my gosh. The foul on Harry Giles. You didn't have to do it.
No, you just had to get set.
That's right.
Again, game reps again.
Yep.
Oh!
Well, and I know that it can be frustrating as a player when things don't immediately kind of click
Exactly.
for you. How was it for you, kind of the early goings of the season when you were still working your way back in and having, you know, periods of time where your usage was lower and,
Right.
and you just weren't there yet? What
Right.
was that like for you?
It was tough. It was something I was talking about yesterday to somebody on the team. It was weird. Just talking about growth. Like I said, just seeing how much better I've gotten, and like I said, they were asking me, you know, how do you feel to be doing good now? And just, you know, I was like, man, I just came a long way. 'Cause I wasn't always doing this good. I had times early in the year when I struggled. I didn't play as much, or would go out there and foul out in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And just so many different ways I've grown. So, like it just comes with time. And I just was patient with myself, and I didn't believe it. And I just remember Zebo and just the coaches telling me, "This man's a long season. It can turn around just so quickly." And you see how long the season is. It's like a totally different season. I feel like I'm in a whole other world, like I'm in year 2 or 3 almost,
and
you know? So
it seems almost like you can narrow down when that kind of aha moment was,
Right.
which was, that was that January 10th game against
Yep.
the Pistons.
Look at Giles steal it. Throw it ahead to Buddy Hield. How about that play by Harry Giles?
We had our first walk-off
yes,
interview
we
together.
had our first moment. Yes, first
but
interview. That was great.
Coach kind of pulled you aside before we started that interview in the post game.
Right.
And he said some things to you.
That embrace from Coach Jager right there. Can you share with us what he said to you?
Oh, it felt amazing. As you saw, I just messed up probably about 10 times straight. But, you know, regardless of all that, he just told me, man, you get better, man.
I grabbed him after the game. I feel like you're getting better, you know, and the work that you put in, you're getting better.
You know, he embraced me, he encouraged me, and it felt amazing. So that's what it's all about.
What was that moment like for you? Was that the moment where things just kind of clicked?
Yeah, I think that's the moment when it clicked, or it kind of just gave me that confidence, knowing your coach, knowing he believes in you and he saw it, and then he, you know, he acknowledged you for it. And coach is a tough one too. Coaches, there's nobody. He's just not handing out compliments to anybody. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. He's just not doing that. And it felt good for him to notice me, because he's always hard on me too, and he was hard on me before that. And you know, I didn't quit. I just kept going with it. At times I got frustrated, like, man, what does he want me to do? But he just wants me to keep following the process that I'm going on, and just grow up and be somebody he can trust.
There's been a lot of comparisons with you to Chris Webber.
Again, it's Giles, the bogey. That does look just like Chris Webber.
Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy I ended up in Sacramento too. Because I've been hearing that before I even got here. It's crazy when I got here, I just kept hearing it more and playing in the gym, and then getting to play in front of Vlade and Pedro, who played with him, and seeing Vlade jump on the sideline sometimes, like, man, something to see Webber do, or he'll have a moment after practice, he'll just tell me different things he saw, or they call me Chris or something like that, or I remember in college, I got a video of me at Miami. I was trying to dunk, and Jason Tatum, he called me Chris Webber too. You know, he's like, oh man, Chris Webber can't dunk. I missed the dunk. And it's just so cool, and it's just ironic how people have been saying that forever. And then,
Have you always felt that was kind of an accurate?
I didn't really know. You know, I kind of watched the game. I watched him, but I felt like I didn't watch him enough until recently, probably within the last year and a half. I'm like, okay, I get what they're saying. I guess he was so much more bulkier than me. It makes me feel like, oh, that's a little different. But I did watch the Michigan tape. But you know, your game is so much different in the NBA than it is in college. So I think that's the film I always saw. So I'm like, yeah, I see it. But when I saw the Kings tape, I was like, okay.
Any other comparisons that you might make, like big ticket?
Right,
maybe?
yeah, KG2. That's probably the other one. And my coach, he gave me that nickname too, just because he felt like at the time I was starting to make that change and until becoming a star, especially in the area. He's like, man, you are the big ticket around here, man. You know, you selling the tickets around here. That was his approach on it. And then just the energy I brought, like KG, he said I reminded him of him too. So those are probably my two comparisons. But for me, honestly, I watched so many different players growing up, from guards. I thought I was a guard forever. Probably still think of my mom sometimes, but I just try to pieces of everybody's game and just put it into one and kind of made my own player type. You know?
It's crazy that you say you thought you were a guard. First of all, a lot of bigs do that. When
right,
we're young, we all want to be, guards.
We all think we're guards, right?
But I think one of the biggest things that people are shocked about and rave about is your passing.
While we talk about Harry Giles' passing ability, he looks like Magic Johnson out there. That's not, I said Magic, now that reminds me of Jay Will. That's how Jay Will would pass the ball to you guys.
Where it came from too, because like I said, I wanted to be a guard. I love, in a guard, you like to set people up. So I was always being unselfish, and that's just my personality, unselfish. That's how I've been my whole life. It's weird. I just love to see my teammates just have a great time out there. And I think it also comes from me. I was being the player who I was growing up, and I never wanted my teammates to feel like they weren't a part. I didn't want them to feel like it was all about me, and I hated that sometimes. It was always about me, and I was like, man, I need to be about them sometimes too, So it felt good when I actually got teammates that were doing good and got to, spread their wings and got to just be great like me, kind of flourish as well as me and have as much hype as I did. That's why the NBA is so great, because you're around guys who are just like you. It's so comfortable to be around,
Coming up on King Central.
You're kind of at the forefront of that Liddy committee,
right?
The pregame dancing.
Yeah.
How did that whole thing get started?
It's weird. We started off when we started dapping hands at the scorers table before the game, and I would just run down and dap everybody up, and then we just start jumping. That's how it kind of got started. Hello, all my wonderful Kings fans. It's your rookie, Harry Giles.
You've been embraced by this fan base so quickly. And I don't think it's just about kind of your play. I think it's very much about your personality. And even last night when you were walking off the floor back to the locker room and the fans were just going crazy, how has that experience been, kind of as a young guy and what you've been through to have that feeling?
Yeah, that moment last night was like, whoo, I was like, man, they really going for me tonight.
Well, he now just leave the court quietly. That's it. No reason, So.
But it's something I just always wanted. It's something I always wanted. It's something I always just wanted to be a part of. I always wanted to play for a fan base I could just go hard for, and they just be just as insane as I am. I feel like I have so much energy on the court. I feel like I could be crazier than I already am out there. I have so much energy. Went to a high school. When I was figuring out high school, is where I saw the little fan section. That's the first time I kind of got in the fan section. So from there, it was crazy. We had a crazy crowd. I go to Duke. We're known for the crowd. And I just love energy, man. I love the game, and I love energy. And I grew up playing in gyms with so much energy. Just being in North Carolina, our gyms are always energy. All ages, it was always energy. So that's what I was accustomed to. And I come to Sacramento, and we have the wildest, craziest, insane fans out, and I love it. And it's meant for me. This fan base is meant for me.
You're kind of at the forefront of that Liddy committee, the pregame dancing.
Yeah.
How did that whole thing get started?
It was weird. It's weird. We started off when we started dapping hands at the scorers table before the game, and I would just run down and dap everybody up, and then we just start jumping. That's how it kind of got started. But it started with me and Ben. When I would do that, me and Ben McLemore would be at the end. He's the person I would dap up last every time. And he would always just be jumping and bouncing around. And I kind of just started doing it when we're dapping, and we just started bouncing together. We started jumping together. Then I think Frank and Marvin, they just started bouncing with us too. Because, they were all standing there, and it's just a way to get ourselves going. And then next thing the whole team was doing it. And then we started winning some jump balls, some we didn't. So it kind of sparked a little convo with us, like, we got to stop doing it. But I'm like, nah, this is a way to get us going.
Well, then Frank took it to the whole, the dancing.
Right.
He took it to, the next level with that. And then Bogey getting involved. It's hilarious.
It's crazy because Frank is the ringleader of a lot of stuff that goes on with the Kings, and nobody really knows it. Even with the lingo we use, from block boy to purple, from talk, all the talk, anything talk, purple talk, gang talk, king talk, whatever it is, all that's from Frank Nation. You know what I'm saying? It's something, we started saying to him, we just always had this little lingo, and then we just brought it to the team. But he has a lot to do with a lot of that, and even just the dancing. He just brings his own little goofy dance into it, man, and I think just him who he is and his demeanor makes him so much more funny too. So, you gotta love him, man. He's so much. He does so much behind the scenes that nobody knows.
Do you have a favorite NBA moment, whether it's off the court or on the court so far?
Favorite NBA moment so far? Oh man. I think one of them would just be able to share that court with Vince. Cause I remember him and GT. I remember how hurt I was when they left. When I left, like, man, I was hurt when George Hill left. I was bad. I was really hurt when they left. I was like, I didn't get to play with them either. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So just being able to just share that floor with him and have a great time was amazing. And then sharing the court with Chris Paul too. That was a big moment in my career. Just because he's always been there for me, really since I can remember. Before I kind of knew him, I always knew him to be that star in my area. He was all we knew. And Josh Howard too, but he was the current star in the league. And just to be out there with him, man, and it was crazy. Just because I remember him just coaching me, and he's like a big brother to me. So it's just deeper than just basketball and just talking.
Where do you believe this team can be long term?
Well, I think this team long term I think we could be one of the best teams. I think just 'cause we have the core. I think just the young core is everything. I think we can stick together for as long as we want, and as long as it's supposed to be. And we can go as far as we want. Just seeing how far we came this year alone just gives all the motivation in the world. Like, this is our first, second, and max third year for guys, maybe four, you know what I'm saying? And that's still the beginning stage. We're all still on rookie deals, So it's like, well, we have so much more to grow. And competing against guys who are 10 years in or MVPs and championship winners and 2-time, 3-time champions and competing with them and beating them, it gives you that confidence, and it just shows you how good you can be if you just work. Because they were in the same spot we were, and look how they are now.
You've been oiled and rubbed and cleaned and massaged and everything. I mean, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. I feel free. I just feel so much more lighter. Like
you need to be a spokesperson for this now.
Yes, Golden Spy spokesman. My hands and my feet just feel so much lighter. I feel so much more relaxed. Got to have a great conversation with you and just had a great time. I can ask you, how do you feel today?
How do I feel?
Came to my spot. How did it go?
Hey, I co-sign on this, by the way, in Sharpie. I co-sign in Sharpie.
Okay, even better. Black Sharpie too.
Yeah, black Sharpie. I might go purple, like my toenails.
Ooh,
yeah, purple talk. I feel like I need a nap now.
Yeah, same here. I think that's the next destination.
Yep.
The bed for the nap.
All right.
Sleep time.
It's time for a nap. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This is just the best.
Yeah, it's the best right here. Especially when you do this right here too, get them Achilles at the bottom.
Oh,
yeah.
What are you doing right now? Get away from my feet.
Lucky you. The last time I had my feet on, I said, ew, what is that?
This is the best part. Like,
yeah, this is amazing. The after part, right? Just the rub.